close our eyes for a moment with deep love. Let us think of God. We'll chant Om 3 times together. Om. Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurave Namaha. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations, masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Good afternoon. By the grace of God and the masters, we all are here in our West Coast ashram. And I think it must be the wish of God and Gurus. The West Coast ashram is here in such a part. It is closer to Canada, also in USA. So it serving people in 2 countries, motorable distance. Once I entered Canada, without proper knowledge means, I will tell you, it was 98. I was in Rochester for a program. Normally, I don't go out for sightseeing. My host and a visiting disciple from Europe, who was a center leader, and also his birthday was on that day. They wanted me to take me to Niagara Falls. To make them happy, I agreed. So they said, Niagara Falls has a different view on the other side. I had my passport left in Miami to get visa for South America to different countries. I didn't have any passport, anything with me. They said they will ask for passport, but do you have any paper? I had some immigration paper. It is not 90, in which my name and everything is written. Only that's all, nothing else. Let us try if they allow. You know, when you cross on the bridge, US immigration is very open if you leave the country. They don't ask anything. And now the Canadian immigration, that lady asked, oh God, you did a mistake already. They talked about me, and you have already entered this side. You have to go back to USA. They may not let you go because you don't have proper document. I am telephoning them. Hope they will allow you to go. So please don't make any adventure to enter Canada. So she might have telephoned. So the US immigration allowed us to go back. It was a few years later. I was coming to a program in Canada. I think it is Toronto. The Canadian immigration officer looked at my passport and all other stuff. So a question to you, because she saw I travel. Did you try to enter any country without any illegally? Did you want to enter any country illegally? I said, I'm sorry. You can look at my passport. I travel a lot. I don't think so. Please think. Because when she's telling, there must be some truth behind. So I thought a flash came. Maybe she's asking about this. I said, is it this? 1998, September, and so on. She said, yes. Then she stamped my passport. I entered. Now my thinking, I did a karma. I forgot it. And the memory of the computer and the immigration officer, it is there. You cannot deny. We may not know in our life what we have done, not only lives, in our thinking, in our speaking, in our acting, and we have to face it today or tomorrow. Nobody can escape. It is a rishi, while meditating, a thief left some stolen stuff behind him and hid himself in the hermitage to protect himself from the following police, the king's men. And because they were trying to chase him, he had stolen from the palace. These guards found this rishi meditating, but behind him the stolen stuff. They arrested him. And he was given death penalty. You are a Rishi, a holy man, meditating, maybe you are pretending, and during those days, the death penalty was just like crucifixion. It was another torturous death. It takes days after days, the life go. So he is really in pain and he's suffering. He had tremendous power also. He invoked the Lord of Justice, Dharma, and asked, "O Dharma, you are the Lord of Justice. Where is justice? In this life, I remember everything. I have not done anything wrong. Then Lord Dharma looked at him. He said, "Yes, you are right. In this life, you are free from any taint. Your life is clear. But why this punishment? Why am I suffering?" He said, all karma. I remember life before, life before, life before, life before. 5 lives, I remember my past. I have not done anything wrong." Then Lord Dharma said, "Yes, you are right. You have not done anything wrong." Then for what? Dharma said, "O Rishi, you have lived a very divine life, but you do not remember in 6th life before, you as a little child with a pointed stick have pricked the insect. And the insect was, pricked with that pointed stick and suffering." Then he said, "That, as a child, I did. As you say, I admit. But for that, this is the..." There is a beautiful dialogue between the two. He told Dharma, "O Lord Dharma, you tell what justice is, but I tell you it is not the right judgment. I curse you to be born as a human being." He said, "I will accept it, but I have not done anything wrong." He said, "It is not wrong, but a child's mistake may not be cognizable because it is out of ignorance." He said, "From now onwards, as you wish, till the age of 4 or so, any act done by a child unknowingly, innocently, will not be punishable in the law of karma. But come back. Life is nothing but our own action and its result. What I am today It is because of yesterday. What I want to be, it depends upon what I do. We, the human beings, God has given us very special body, specialized brain better than all living beings. We all have developed mind, intellect, memory, ego, powerful sense organs. But how do we use them? Since yesterday, this thought is in my head that is there any clue to be free? The answer is yes. We are not slave of our destiny. We are the maker of our destiny. We can transform ourselves. We can change ourselves, and if it is complete. The incident I narrated, it is from the Mahabharata. And the Rishi was Ani Mandavya, and who cursed Dharma, and he incarnated as the great uncle of the Pandavas and Kauravas. His name is Vidura. Now let us think. We are in this at present now. What we did till today, for example, till this point, we cannot change it. It is being done. But now what I want to be, what I want to do, it is in our hands. It needs our preparedness also. Whatever is being done, it cannot be changed. If something comes in course of time, I have to accept it with prayer. I will endure it with strength. I will face it with courage. And I have to pass this test of life, this law, through complete trust in God. That is in my hand. Now, from now onwards, moment to moment, how I want to be, which type of person, what type of thought, what type of words will come out of my mouth, it is in my hand. I will be careful. I will not allow any negative, any hurtful, harming thought, word, or action towards anybody at all. But it is a big step. You will tell, am I that strong enough to accept it, or to face it, or to be with this strength? First is the desire. Are you really willing to change yourself? Are you really thinking, the past life with what I lived, I will not entertain it? God loves. God forgives. But we determine, we decide, we resolve, then again we forget. Again we go back to our old habit, old drama. Again we repeat it. So If we repeat again and again, this is the problem. That is why Sri Gurudev said, mistake is not for mistake, it is for correction. A mistake is committed, I will rectify it. And for the mistake, what is being done, whatever will be the outcome, I'll have to accept it. But if we commit the mistake again and again, the masters say, committing mistake again and again is not a mistake, it is a crime. It is a crime. So that more and more punishment if you repeat the same mistake again and again. We have to transform ourselves. That is why we are the human beings. We are not, like animals. Even animals can be trained. There is a story. The story is the king had a goat. It is a funny story. The king had a pet goat, and the king announced, anybody who will feed my goat nicely the whole day, well fed, and bring the goat back to me, if it is well fed, I'll give a good award. So people came to get some royal award, and this is. So somebody took the goat, took in the morning, in the late afternoon or evening, brought the goat back. Have you fed the goat? He says, you can see its belly. Really, it has eaten a lot. So what the king did, he had very green, fresh, tender leaves, which normally the goats love to eat, and brought a twig and started waving, and the goat ran to it. He said, look, the goat is hungry. Otherwise, why it will run? So the man said, I'm sorry, but I fed a lot. It's all right. So the king said, okay, give him some money for the day, but no award. So next day somebody came, the same taste. But the goat is not fed. Goat is. One intelligent person came to know about this king's drama or play. What he did, he took the goat. He did not feed the goat. Do you know what he did? He waved the green. When the goat came, the goat went away. It's hungry. Again, the green leaf, the goat is coming, ran away. And no food for the whole day. Again, the goat is coming with the green leaves. And then what happened? As he waved these green leaves, the goat did not come. He stand like this. And then he said, now it is done. He took the goat. Have you fed my goat? He said, you can taste it. He didn't say yes or no. But it looks today very slim. The king brought green twig as he did every day. The goat stood and looking, not moving. What did you do to my goat? I trained it. What did you do? He told the whole story. The story is nothing but its message is no. No to the mind. No to the senses. No to ego. No to emotion. No. And telling no to mind, ego, emotion, sense organs, memory, telling no, it needs some strength also. No. Very simple experiment you can do in your daily life. For example, you think of any food you like the most. And if you like any food the most, decide for 1 month, I'll not touch this food at all. No. And see how the mind is tempting you, and slowly you are becoming weak. Maybe I'll try a little. There is simple experiment you can do with yourself in your daily life. Any taste, any food, any place, any person. Suppose you don't like a person. I don't like a person. From today, I'll pray, I love you. I pray for you. First, begin from within your own preparation. And then slowly, when you see that you are getting more understanding or little love towards that person, go and sit with the person. Talk to the person. And slowly you can open yourself freely that for something or other, I had some misunderstanding, but I don't want to carry this with me. I don't want to. This is what sadhana. Sadhana is not just to be very clear. It is not just sitting and closing eyes and meditating. You'll tell then, should you not meditate? Yes, you should meditate. Meditating for some time every day is nice, and we also do it. But rest of the time when I am with people, when I am in family, I am in the world, how am I? How is my mind? So that is more important. That is why Gurudev gave this example, and we quote it again and again. The mind is like a dog, and you give dog a nice body wash, shampooing the body and drying the body, and then if you let the dog free, the dog will run immediately and roll itself on the carpet or go outside in the lawn. And don't let the dog be free, you tie the dog. Similarly, meditation is just like giving nice bath to the dog of the mind. The mind is dog. After that, hold the mind. Don't let the mind again go back to old things. And that is not spirituality. We all are human beings, I told. And we are. Once I heard an incident from a prominent personality and responsible person, spiritual, and he was telling his own experience. And what he told, I'm just retelling, and it was his own experience. One day he was standing near a shop to buy something. He's found a beggar, and he wanted to give some money. The beggar did not take the money. So he thought, I'm giving less money, so that's why he's not taking. He saw another person is trying to give more money. He said, no, I don't. But he's begging. So he became curious. He started waiting for him to see what he was doing. I will tell you about another story, but my own experience. When I was student in the college, I had my own bicycle, and which was a luxury during those days. So I used my bicycle maybe 10%. My friends used 90%. You know, can you give, I want to go. All right. But nobody takes care of it. So I have to take care of it. I have to see that there is enough pressure, air pressure or not. I found one old man sitting near the college entrance with little tools for cycle repairing. I was kind towards him. So any time I had little work to be done, I went to him, or even giving pressure, you pay 10 paisa and give the pressure. And I told my other friends who had bicycle, I said, there is one old man, very old, and sitting, people don't go to him. You can take your bicycle, and I was promoting him. One day, a friend of mine came and told me, the old person whom you speak of, poor man, this I doubt. I said, why? There is something behind. I said, why? Today I discovered him in an expensive restaurant and taking food. So I got a little suspicion. What, he was going to this restaurant and eating? Normally, very few college students might be going because it is expensive. One day, because my mind became a little curious to know what is the matter behind. Young man's mind. If I would have been now, I would have not paid my attention to all these things. Then I found one young man came and buying a cigarette from him. I became more suspicious. He's sitting to repair bicycle and selling cigarette, and it is not a tobacco shop. A few days later, I got the news he has been killed. The end of the story. But I found he was not a bicycle repairing person. He was a drug dealer. Am I clear? With the show that he's repairing bicycle, and he was doing his own, but God knows this is. Come back to the first story, that person and the beggar. Then he saw people giving bigger coin or 1 rupee, 2 rupees. But he's there. One old lady came, gave a little coin, and he folded the hands to the old lady and took that coin and left the place. And this man followed him, and he bought 2 bananas with that money. And he disappeared in the crowd. This person who was telling this to us became more curious what type of beggar he was. He was not taking my money. He did not take more money. Just little coins he took, and he bought 2 bananas and disappeared. Luckily, he discovered him the next day, sitting on the steps where not so many people go into the temple. Because Jagannath temple has 4 entrances. He was in the backside. And during those days, there was no crowd so much also. So he observed him. He saw the same thing going on. Anybody throwing, he's returning. So when he saw nobody was there, he went and this man went and sat down next to him, because he thought something special in him. He's not a beggar. He said, I have a humble question. He looked at him. He said, what? I have been observing you since yesterday. Then, why are you behind me? I want to know, who are you? He said, looked at him. Why do you ask me this question? He said, because you are sitting as a beggar, but you are not taking money. And he said, I will tell you something, but don't bug me anymore and don't follow me. He said, I want some charity or some gift or some money from a human being. He said, then are we not human beings? He said, who told you are a human being? He said, look, I'll show you. He touched this gentleman like this, chest and back. He said, look, that man is a snake. And what he's narrating near us, with open eyes, he saw a man is walking, but his head appeared like a snake. He's a tiger, another man. And he saw walking into the temple, but face is like tiger. So like this, he showed quite a few people. Then he said, thank you, leave me, you go. And then he disappeared also. Explaining this incident, this man was telling, who is no more, the one who told 2 years ago, I think he passed away. He said, we look like human beings. Are you really human beings? Are you really human beings? We look like sadhus even. Are you really sadhus? We look like we pose and behave like very nice. But are you like that? Simple but very difficult question. And each one should be very honest to oneself. No need to talk to others. Just to, if I am a human being, what quality I should have? Who will be called as a human being? Not that one who walks with 2 feet is human beings. Sometimes you can find the what you call the African chimpanzee, huh? Gorilla, chimpanzee, and all this. They walk with 2 legs, 2 feet, isn't it? And on the other hand, if you think of Lord Hanuman, he looks like monkey. Is he a monkey? Very simple question. Walking with 2 feet, you might have heard the story of Ravana. This is not in Valmiki Ramayana, but there is a popular story related to Ravana. Many stories are there. One is when Lord Rama wanted to cross the ocean to go to Lanka, they had to make a floating bridge. And who is to inaugurate this bridge? The inaugurate means opening ceremony, some Vedic rituals. Do you know who was invited? Ravana was invited. Why Ravana? He was the best priest of that time. Ravana, the best priest? Yes. And he did all this? Yes. And we will invite him to do this puja, which will bring his destruction. When Ravana was told, you are going to do this puja for your own destruction, he said, I am invited as a priest, even if by my enemy. I will do my priest's work. It's a story. But in the description of Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, you will find Kamsa, Duryodhana, Ravana, they all are quite intelligent, powerful, and like human beings. But their nature. And again, if you look at the nature of Ravana, the two sides. On one side is demoniac, the other side is very divine. And he was son of a rishi. The purpose of telling this, are we really human beings or not? Human being, man, Adam, and the Sanskrit word for human beings, there are few words. It is Manushya, Manujaha, Manava, Nara, Nru, and so on. There are many. The simplest origin of the name human or Manava or man, Manava, man, you can see this English and Sanskrit words sounding very close to each other. The children of Manu, Manoho Apatyam, Manavaha. The descendants of Manu is man. Man or human. Now, who is Manu? What does it mean? Or who is man or human? The word Manu or man or human, Manava, it is coming from the root verb man. Man means to think, to feel, to understand. One who is capable of feeling, knowing, understanding is a man. But what do we know? What do we feel? What do we understand? Is it right or wrong? Animals live with instincts. We, the human beings, we live with rationality, discrimination, and proper decision. If we are not able to look or think in a right way, or think in a healthy way, and speak or behave accordingly, we are not human beings. So since yesterday, I'm thinking more on man. Before that, since few days, I have been reading, reflecting upon, writing little note on Lord Hanuman. And when I was thinking of Lord Hanuman and to write more, I'm not thinking to write as monkey. Although it is said the monkey did this. Because when I want to write as a monkey or translate even this text as monkey, immediately in the mind, monkey comes. Then what is he then? Is he not monkey? To me, he was a Superman, not monkeys, the people who believe in the theory of evolution, although it is not really a theory, a hypothesis, that we descended from the No, not me. Darwin descended from the monkeys, but we descended from God. God is not like monkey. In the Bible it is said, God created human beings in his image. And then if we trust the word of the Bible, for example, if we tell then God looks like monkey, if we take Darwin, because monkey's image, then Nara means the human, Vanara, which is translated as monkey. Hanuman is Vanara, the head of the Vanaras, the leader of the Vanaras, king of the Vanaras, and so on. So to me, I'm thinking, I will use Hanuman the Vanara, not to write the monkey god or even monkey. How? So let us come to this word, Nara. Nara, or the original word Nru, it is derived from few verbs. One verb is who carries. Who carries? We all carry, we are humans. We all carry from past to present. We all will carry the present to the future. So we all are the carriers. What do we carry? What can we carry? There is a story, not a story, because Guru Nanak, his history, so it is not. A devotee of Guru Nanak ji, his name was Duni Chand. His house was, he was a very rich man, having business. Many flags on the top of his house. One day, Guruji asked, Duni Chand, why you have so many flags on the top of your house? He said, it is through your grace that when I have my, balance income, it crosses 10 millions like this. Each 10 millions it crosses, I put on flag. That means I have my balance in business, so many millions from the flag. Oh, it's really good. I'm very happy you are doing all this. He said, it is all your grace. Can you do a favor? He said, what? Because when he was talking, the wife was looking at Guru Nanak Dev and her husband talking something very. Guru Nanak Dev gave him a needle to sew, to stitch, and keep it carefully. And you will do it, I believe. He said, what to do, tell me. I will do it, everything for you. Next life, when we'll meet, you'll give this needle to me. He said, all right. And he took the needle, and Guruji left. The wife became curious and came to the husband and asked, what were you talking about? Then he told everything. He said, that's all. He said, but how can you carry it? He said, why? Guruji told, I will carry it. He said, you cannot. How can you carry it? He said, why not? Nobody can carry anything with him. And you are telling you will carry it? And Guruji said, I didn't think of anything. He said, you go and ask him, because he means something else. Not this. You might not have understood his message. So Duni Chand started running to find Guruji, and he bowed down. He said, please help me. My wife has told this. I really cannot carry this needle with me to the next life. My wife told. He said, did she tell? And do you believe in it? He said, yes, it is true. He said, then why so much of wealth? For what? What shall you do with this? Then there is nice dialogue between the two. What can you carry? And what do you carry? There is a story that we all are walking in a circular path. We all are walking in a circular path, one behind the other. So when we all are walking, so suppose you are in my front and somebody is in my back, and we all have two packs. One is a backpack, one is a front pack. And the front pack which I have is all about my good things. And backpack which I have is all about my negativity. And when I am walking, I am seeing the back of everybody. Each backpack is the negative. And each one of us looking at our own positive, looking at all negative of others. And we all think he is bad, she is bad, this is bad, this is only I am good. Oh God. This is the miserable condition of each one of us. Sri Gurudev said, do you know, ordinarily people do not see their own fault. And they try to, oh, you did this, you should not have done that. They see the fault of others very easily and give advice you should not do. Or sometimes if they would have power to punish, why you did like this? And even, but not looking at themselves, what they have on their own back. Gurudev said in Bengali, পড়ে না নিজের দোষ আপন নয়নে তা হইলে সংশোধন হইব কেমনে? Your own mistake is not visible to you, then how can you rectify yourself? If you are truly intelligent, you can know. If you are a real intelligent person is, some they pose themselves very intelligent. I know I cover up my own mistakes. It is not visible. But it is visible to others. We think that it is not visible, it is visible to others. For example, I am sitting in your front. I look at you with my how many eyes? Huh? You will tell two, somebody will tell no, three. So I look at you with the two eyes. And how many eyes are on me? The same thing in the world. We look at with two eyes many, but many look at us with their many eyes. And Sri Gurudev said that if you want to know a person, how he or she is, you ask those who are living close to him or her. Meaning, the wife is a good witness of the mood of the husband. The husband is a silent witness, for example, or shouting witness of the wife, and so on. And children can speak a lot about the parents. Do you know, once one little girl, she must be at that time 5 years, 6 years old, she came to me and told, "Uncle, it is not a story, it is real happening. My parents have become crazy." I said, "What happened?" "Oh, they are not talking with each other. The child is observing." One child, he was 3.5, 4 years old, went with the parents to watch a movie. The parents took the little child, 3.5, 4 years old, and that was also a family movie. That child, the next day, after coming back from school, play school, did not go directly to his house, went to his friend's house. The friend was also a little girl, and sitting on the sofa and showing the shoe and telling her to open my shoe. And that girl is not able to understand, little girl, 3, 4 years old, same age. And the girl's mother was observing what is going on. It opened my shoes. What is going on? Then that little child is telling, "Yesterday I saw in the movie, when the husband is coming back from work, the wife was waiting for the husband. They loved each other so much. So because he has come back the whole day working, so she was untying the shoe and taking it out. And this little boy, 3.5, 4 years old, and telling this girl, 'You do this.'" We think that they don't understand, they don't know. The thing is, again, to come back, we are human beings. Human beings are the carrier. From the root verb ni, niyate. We carry everything with us. But a spiritual seeker, a devotee, surrenders to God, offers to God, changes himself or herself, praying to God, "Oh God, knowingly, unknowingly, whatever I did, please forgive me, help me, I'll not repeat it." And he or she sticks to it very faithfully and with firmness, and changes. Let us close our eyes for a moment with deep love. Let us think of God, think of the masters, and let us pray. "Oh God, you have given me a human birth. It is your grace. You have given me the opportunity to get good education, good job, good family, everything. But still then, I have not truly worked on myself to transfer myself to be your worthy child. Bless me, and I will put my all effort to change myself. I know time is passing. I will use every breath, every moment, every thought, carefully, intelligently, and I will deal with my own ego, emotion, and wrong impression and memory. I will clean myself. Bless me, help me. I bow to you. I bow to God. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you. I bow to the entire creation. Let there be peace, progress, and prosperity. Om. Amen.